Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are fixing a previous mishap with the louvers that I had gotten for the Camaro and only got the louvers and not the parts to install them. So I did pre-open this box this time. I didn't do it on camera because I really didn't want to start filming if I didn't have the parts. And I opened this box and you'll never believe this, but I actually have parts to install them with. That's crazy, right? Who would have thought you actually needed parts to install them? They don't just magically adhere themselves. So, awesome. I don't even know the company that these are made by. I guess i5 Auto House. I took a gamble with an eBay purchase. I'm not sure what they look like yet. The pictures looked just like the MP Concepts louvers that I've seen. And they're gloss black, hopefully. So it should look pretty good. I guess we'll find out here in a second. That part I am going to unbox for you guys on camera. So this should be good. So let's see what we got in the box. I'm not gonna lie guys, that's way better than last time. Way better. I just want to set this up here just so you can see, to get an idea what these are gonna look like. So this looks so much better than the matte black. I can't even understand how they sell matte black. Guys, such a different look. Wow, I'm speechless compared to the last ones. This is amazing. And as you can see down here, there's actually a little bit of space. Whoops. Enough, hopefully, that the trunk doesn't hit. Because I know this bottom louver is kind of made so it doesn't hit when you open that trunk, hopefully. Man, that is great. I'm excited. So yeah, so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna clean the window. Now that I know I have hopefully everything I need to install these bad boys, I'm gonna clean this window, the rear windshield, and we got washers flying around in there. Get it nice and clean, and then we're gonna, the next step really is to attach these to the louvers. I know that's the easiest way to do it with one person. And then peel off the adhesive, kind of lightly set it on there, make sure they're in the right spot, and then firmly press down on the little mounting points, and we should be good. This is pretty exciting, guys. They look great. They actually look way better than I thought they would, if I'm being honest. So that's awesome. I'm already way happier than I was with the. You know, not to say anything bad about Icon. I know a lot of people like them. This design is so much better, and the gloss, I think, is really what does it for me. They did a great job. Hopefully it holds up, but it looks flawless right now. Stay tuned here. We're going to start moving forward, getting this cleaned up, and start mounting these up. so some of these some of the supplied hardware that they give you, I'll just show you guys here. Some of it's just plain stripped out. So I just wanted to give you a better idea what you'll be dealing with. Now I went ahead and stuck 3M tape to these already, and I probably shouldn't have, because some of these are so stripped that the screw isn't grabbing in the spot it needs to. That's one of them. So what I'm actually doing is putting the rest of these on first, making sure they're good before I put tape on them like these. Now I do want to show you guys what I did. So essentially what I'm doing is I'm just pre-installing, and I'm trying to make these as parallel or as even as possible, but pre-installing these anchors, if you will. I don't know what they're called, anchors, hardware, whatever you want to call them. But basically there's just a plastic bolt attached to these. It's like all one piece, and then there's an actual metal nut that screws onto these, and that's what holds, you know, so basically these glue to your rear windshield, and then these bolts hold, or these nuts hold this louver on. What's nice about this is you can actually remove the louver to clean and things like that, so you don't have to worry about that, you know, being a permanent thing or you can't get underneath it. I know the glass skins one I saw, they're really cool. They look great. They're super expensive, but you can't remove them as easily because there's actual 3M tape all along the louvers themselves. So this is kind of cool because it's like semi-permanent. And what I'm doing, I actually just have one more to do. And I looked at a couple different ways. You know, this is sticking out. That's not going to work, obviously. So really the only way is this direction. Okay, so you're going to find what works for you. I'm just going to hand tighten these, and then I kind of snug it up with a socket wrench just to, and these are 8mm. Not going super crazy on this. I just want it to kind of stay put. Also, I want to test that it will hold, because the last thing you'd want to do is tape all these down and realize one of them are shot. You know, the threads are shot, and now you have to pry this up off the window, re-clean the window. I don't want to do that. So hopefully all these are pretty solid. It looks like they are. I think they're going to be good. I just have to add that, obviously, add that 3M tape strip to a few of these. And then we're basically good, guys. Now, I do want to point something out. They gave me foam blocks with 3M adhesive. I'm pretty positive this is for vibration, but I have not seen any of louvers of this style that came with this or needed this, and I really can't tell an obvious spot for them to go. I mean, I suppose they could go here where this might contact. This looks about right, actually. The windshield is going to be about here, so that might be a good spot. I might just stick them on in these spaces just to see, you know, if that's where they go. And I'm pretty sure they're just for vibration. Obviously, if you put them here, they're going to block your vision through the louver when it's on the car. So now that I actually look at this upside down, I'm pretty sure these go in these spots here. So I think that's where we're going to put them. If it doesn't work or if it inhibits the installation, I'll pull them off. I haven't really seen the need for them on this style, but you never know. So every car is different. Every louver is a little bit different. So I might need them for vibration. I know this thing vibrates just because of our friend Mr. Corsa. So it might not be a bad idea to put those on. So as you can see, I've got my rubber gloves on. What we're going to do is we're actually going to put adhesion promoter, 3M. I'm actually going to apply this to the rear windshield before we put the louvers on. This is going to increase the bond and hopefully keep this from blowing off. So this is going to help that stick to this. And the way we do this, Well, first, I'm actually going to lay this on without taking the tape off. And as you can see, I finished putting the 3M on there. I'm actually going to lay this guy where it goes. And I'm going to take some blue painter's tape, and I'm going to kind of put the tape where these pads are relative to where these pads are on the louvers. That way I know where to put this adhesion promoter on the window. So louver on the rear windshield, tape marking the spots, kind of showing me where I need to lay this out so I know where to wipe. And then basically you let this dry completely. You have to do this within an hour of it drying. And then we're going to carefully lay those louvers in place, hopefully. And hopefully I get it right the first time. I think the painter's tape might help with that too. It might just help me line things up. So if I'm smart, I can get that to work too, but we'll see how this happens. Another reason I wanted to use adhesion promoter, this entire vehicle is ceramic coated, and it's good ceramic coat by a professional, and I don't want to risk that stopping this adhesion from happening, so definitely want to make sure I do whatever I can to help this stick. For now, we're going to pull this back off, set it over here, and apply the adhesion promoter. So again, you're not really supposed to do a lot because that would take longer to dry. So I'm just gonna kind of go over the areas that I know are gonna need it, and also that I know are not. Looks like all these areas are not really visible through the window anyway. So worst case, you're not going to see it when you're driving or anything like that. You're not going to see much of anything because it's a Camaro. This is definitely enough to do with one of these to do the entire thing. Yeah, that's drying pretty quick. So I'm going to get moving. All right, guys, so next step, I'm going to flip this over. Still got my tape guidelines on the bottom here. Careful not to hit the ceiling. And we're going to start to peel these adhesive strips. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to line this up as best I can before I actually lay it down. I don't know if this is going to work, but we're going to try. I think it looks good. It's lined up. No one's going to know. It's not perfect. It actually is pretty good. So, I'm kind of just sticking these down. Getting a little bit of pressure on each one here. and I'm gonna start taking these nuts off. And I'm gonna need my wrench for that. Carefully, that wasn't careful. Shoot. Okay, I'm gonna carefully set this over here. It's terrifying. I don't like that at all. Okay. So, that sucked, but I can see exactly where these were, luckily. So I can set these back where they go. That sucked. It really sucked. This one, I'm going to put back on here. That's the only way to do that one. So, that one's sketch. The rest of them are okay. Let's get this on there. All right. I didn't really think there'd be much resistance pulling that back off, but what you don't realize is this actually curves as it goes on the window, and these hold it there. So the problem is it was curved, and then I pulled it up and it went straight and kind of yanked on these. So, hey, let me mess it up so you don't.